She was an exceptional hand therapist. She was fully present when she was with her patients, emotionally supportive, and above all, compassionate. In order to provide her patients with the best possible care, she continued to develop and deepen her skills as a therapist until her last day in the clinic. We sat next to one another in very close quarters in the hand therapy clinic and office, and took afternoon tea while doing our documentation and sharing chips and chocolate when we needed to splurge. Susie and I were always in need of climate control. She opened the windows and regulated the thermostats, always with my approval, if not always the consensus of everyone else in the clinic. Most of all, I loved Susie as my friend. She listened acutely to me, was my sounding board, and gave me sincere, considered advice. She had a Midwestern sense of humor, with all the Midwestern bite, which I, as a Wisconsinite, could appreciate. During lunch, we often took walks to talk and enjoy the sun, or the fog, and the beauty of San Francisco. We would sample hummus or look at one-of-a-kind clothes that would only fit her. She had a great sense of style. She wore capris with no socks and changed her shoes throughout the day. Her jewelry was beautiful. Together, we established Skirt Friday and wore our skirts to celebrate Friday as the end of the week. On late Friday nights in winter, after work, I often walked Susie to her car in the parking lot, and she would drive me to my car in the hate. More time for us to get to enjoy one another as friends. Susie had many friends and acquaintances who felt her care, spiked as it was with her sharp and compassionate humor. We knew that Susie cared deeply about her family, her sons and daughter-in-law, and adored her grandchildren, and as part of her family, her companion Peter, who lit up her last years. We knew because we were treated every Tuesday with photos of her grandchildren, and Susie beaming with pride. Susie loved food. She was as adventurous with food as she was with the rest of her life. She traveled widely, went on retreats, and brought it all back to us. She brought the most interesting lunches to the hand therapy clinic, exotic vegetables, salads, and seafood. She shared her recipes with us. One of her recipes was the lemon bars. We all spent last night creating our own versions to share with you today. Take a copy of her handwritten recipe with you along with her lemon bars. The other things to share with you are memories of Danica that Susie taught her that dessert wines were for dessert, not for pizza. Susie was also the first to realize that Danica was pregnant with her daughter before Danica even knew. We will miss our dear friend. It may seem like a paradox, but we wish she were here to help us say goodbye to her. She would have, with all of her brightness and sincerity and poise, gladly have pitched in to do that too.